What's up, brick builders? Today's build is the Excavator. Set number 8853. The year it came out was 1988. Age group is 9 to 16. Number of parts 326 parts. Price per piece 7 pence per piece. That's not too bad. Cost when it came out in 1988 was £23. Value now, if you had one mint, boxed, sealed, everything, £252. Wow, that's pretty good. Used, you're looking at £27 to £62. Still not too bad. What's up, folks? Shaun from BRIT'N Bricks. How you doing? Yes, we are joined by Shadow Rock. We do have the trusty cup of tea. And we have the bag of bits. Alright, so. The wheels, I left them inside because they're very difficult to get out. So they're solid. You can see they're flat all the way through and flat on the inside as well. So you could push them out pretty easy. They're just stuck in there pretty good. I'll leave them out now that I know that I can get them out. And the elements, yep, they're kind of, looks like they're double-sided, deep, shallow. So could be used for other various things, I guess. I wonder if these were glued in. They probably was, wasn't they? That's probably what this is in here. Alright, so the Excavator, 1988 this. That's, what was I? 18? I was 18 when this came out. Got a huge bucket, really nice shiny bucket there, very cool. Lots of Technic bits. We even have a brick separator in there because some of the stuff was pretty difficult to remove. And we've got the instructions for you as well. Get those up. And there we go. So old Technic Lego, or old Lego in general, you just kind of laid it flat, as you can see on the table. So in this case we want a 2x4, 2x4, a 1x4, and it's going to be one stud, and then two more 1x4s off that. And this is kind of how it was back in the much earlier days of Lego. It was just laying like a floor plan, and then you would build on top of that. So it's even showing the spacing out the parts here. So we'll go space out some more parts. So we get that piece, and another 2x4. That piece. That's kind of your footprint. We got a 1, 2, looks like a 6 stud, 2 6 stud. There's one, and that's going to go across those. There, that one there, and then another 6 stud. There. And there. First stage. And we got 2 black pins going in either end here as well. So we got black pin and black pin. And then on the other side here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. It's going to go on the end of that. Then we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. This will drop. Should drop there. There we go. And then this will go on the end like so. Now we need another 12 to go across. And we're going to find out sooner or later if this is in the right place or not. But footprint grows up. And then it looks like we've got a screw frame here. So we've got a 10. I think that's a 10. So I'm going to put my axle next to the studs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. 10 axle, black screw, a big bushing, bushing. It's an arm. There we go. Big bushing. And then Technic brick with 1 hole. And then a Technic brick with 3 holes. Got one here. It's like the 3rd piece I've dropped now on my lap. There's a pin. All right. And that's going to go. Oh, and then we got this piece at the rear as well. So we got a universal joint. It's got the universal joint, and that's going on a 6 axle. And then we got a large bushing on that as well. I think that's a large bushing. No, we're using that once. It's part of the universal joints. And that's going to go in another brick. Technic brick with a hole in the middle, and then this is going to have the gear first. So old Technic stuff was really stiff, very difficult to take apart, very difficult to put together. That goes there, that goes there. Right, so 4 footprints. And so this is going to sit on that 2x4 plate going across, and that's going to fit on there. That's perfect, or near as. That's pretty good. Just going to move. See if I can move that up. Move that up. There we go. Nice movement. And that's going to go. We got another Technic brick with a hole in the middle. That's going to go on the front here. Then we got the universal. So that's going to go through there and connect. Now then, that's going to sit there. This is where we find out if we got our spacing right now. That's going to go there. I think we got it right. Wow, it's close. It's close. That gear is not quite at the end there. That gear there is not quite at the end. I pushed that up and that just popped it out of the universal joint. So that's how stiff that is. Let's try that again. Nope. So it's possible this plate is in the wrong place. I think it's in the right place. So we just need to move this gear up. I take that off and move this gear up a touch. Just enough to cover the brick. I pop that back in there first. And then that there. Now we're going to try and line it all up again. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that's all good. With a bit of luck. Just checking all my parts, make sure we've used them all. On to the next stage. Lots of pins. And it looks like the steering next. So, we have two Technic bricks with one hole in. There's one, there's two. Those two are going to go on the end here. And then they're going to have grey pins with an axle on the end. Frictionless, so these are going to act as the front and rear axle. Grey pin. For the most part, grey parts that are pins are going to be frictionless. Two black pins in here. So we got one in there, one in there, and then we got 3 holes, and then we got another 2 black pins. So 1, 2, 3. Black pin just before that plate there. Black pin on the other side, like that. And then we've got the steering mechanism. 6 of these bushings. These bushings have got teeth in them. Very different to the other bushings that we've been using in the past. But the teeth, if you rotate them slowly, they meet up and they tessellate. They meet and act as gears, which is kind of cool. In this case, we are going to be not joining them. I can see the teeth. Right, so we want what looks like an arm. We want an arm. There's one. And plate up. And then we're going to drop a grey pin with an axle in the axle hole. It's probably going to be very stiff. No, that was too bad. And then we've got a 4-axle going through here with a bushing on one side, and it looks like 2 bushings on the other side, which is 3 bushings. So that would make sense. So we want 4 axle. I'm going to put the bushings on first because these might be quite tough. Put that one on first. Through the hole there, and then that one. And then that one. And there we have our first axle. And we're going to place that on this side. There. And that should go into that plate and move. Now we want the second arm. And we want to do the same thing but different side. So we want grey pin with the axle. Pop that in there. And then we want 4 axle. Bushing with teeth. Get that right way up. And another bushing with teeth. I'm going to keep my thumb behind this axle here to stop it from being pushed out, but it will move. Give it a bit of movement. Make sure that we've got some movement and it's not pinched. And then pop this, the last bushing on there, so it's like that. So you've got the teeth facing the same way instead of into each other. And then I have this one upside down, this grey pin here. And pop that in there. It should free move. Then we're going to have a bar going across here to join them together. So next we want another one of these grey plates, and that's going to go across the top here and join those. And oh, it's not. It's not. So that plate is in a slightly wrong area because this plate doesn't want to meet on those bars there. So that's interesting. Okay, so we need to move this plate, if I can, without disturbing the brick too much. And it wants to be there somewhere. Let's try that. And that one. Nope, 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 nope. That one there. Now then, this plate should now run straight across. And push down. Perfect. Yes, that'll work. Thank you very much. And the next stage is some plates. So we got a 2x4 going across. 2x4 going across this part here. We've got actually 2 of them going on top of each other. Old Lego's a lot tighter as well. We got some 1x2 tiles. Find the 1x2 tiles. We want 1x2. There's one. 1x2 tile. And that's going to be like the steering rack's going to slide across that. And I want another 1x2 tile. see a 1x4. Yeah, 1x2 tile. It will emerge. Somewhere. Where's the 1x4? That's a 1x2. I need a tile. Okay, we'll just carry on until I find that tile. And the next stage is a 4x4. We've got a 4x4 going on here. You hear that Lego creak? That's the total sound of what we used to have back in the day. We've got 1x2s going across here. So put 1x2s there. Love that sound. The creak. Hey, I found it. 1x2 tile. There we go. 1x4s are going to go across here. 1x4s, yep. So 1x4, 1x4, 1x4 going across as well. Okay, the 1x4 going across there. And 2x4 is going across here. We've got some 2x4s with holes in them as well. Those are going to be playing a part later on with axles dropping through them. Right, there we go. Steering rack is going to be the next part. So, got another one of these grey plates here. And it does have teeth on the inside as well, which is quite interesting. Now, I've not seen a use for it yet, but that's the shorter one. I don't want that. That's a shorter one as well. I want the same length as these. There it is. And then we want the steering rack, which will be a grey block. Is it a grey block or a yellow? Yeah, it's a grey block. There it is. It's going to go on there. One stud on either side. And then it's going to go onto these pins here. And it should run smoothly across those tiles. That's what those tiles are for. Yep, perfect. Lovely. We've got 1x4 brick going across the back, not with holes in. So it's a solid 1x4 brick. It's going to go on the back here. We got a frame going around here as well. So we got 1x4s, 1x2. So we've got 1x2 is going to go on the top. 1x4 around here and here. 1x4 across. And then we've got that is a plate that's going to go all the way across but one stud, right? So that's going to be all across but one stud there. And now that will stop the axle from slipping. And that gear is still quite forward. And I just pulled it out again. I don't know how I'm going to get that. I'll try and pull it apart one more time. And move that gear. That's really tough. There we go. I think it literally just hangs in there. It's not going to hang in there at all, is it? Oh. Actually, I think that's going to be okay. I'll move the universal up a bit. Perfect. Right. We're back on track. Cool. And now, right. So another one of those long plates across there. 1x4 going across here, like that. Now then, just make sure I've used all the pieces. Yes. Where's that 1x2? Right here. Like that. Yep. Now we got some gear work. 3-hole brick with a grey axle with... No, a grey pin with axle. It's going to go in the middle. Should move. And then it's going to have a gear. This gear here on top of it. Like so. And that looks like that's going to either catch this gear here. So let's see if that does. Yes, it does. Lovely. See that? You can see the... That's really cool. Nice. Good fit. Good fit. 1x4 grey plate going across here. So I want 1x4 grey plates. There we go. And that's going to go across here. And another 1x2 plate on top of here. So all very much spot the difference. 2x4 brick on the end here, one stud, and then we've got a 3-hole brick going on the back end. Make sure I got all my pieces. Looks good. And you can see the Lego instructions downloaded courtesy of toysperiod.com as well. You can get some really good vintage instructions from there. Okay, so we got 10 axle. Another one of those big axles. I think all we got is 10, isn't it? What's this one? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. These are 12s. I put 12s aside so that I know what I'm dealing with. Then we got another one of those gears. It's one of those. And the thing with these gears are the claws are curling over, which is kind of cool. Probably easily damaged back in the day. Now then, this is going to go halfway down. So we're going to put a bush in first. So we're going to put a bush in down first. Like that. Got to be kind of a good judgment with your eye. That down. It's got to be kind of in the middle. And then this down as well, just to keep that in place. Almost looks right. I think it's a little bit off. So that's going to go there with these Technic bricks on top. So I'm going to put one, not these ones, that's too long. I'm going to put one on. Then I'm going to put the gear in and see if that will work. It's not going to work, so I need to lever it up a bit. There we go. Put it in. Now then. Is that the right way? I don't think that's the right way, is it? Doesn't look like the right way to me. There. That looks better. Now we got to get that other bar on. Love that. I love that squeaky sound. It's such a good sound. And we got a 1x2 plate going on the back end. It looks like it's going on the back end here. Could be wrong. And then we've got some sort of gear construction there as well at the front. Got a couple of black pins to drop in as well. Black pin just above the other two that we put in earlier. So, and that. And that. Like that. And then we're going to make so we want a Technic brick with one hole, a grey brick with 3 holes, kind of lay the footprint out a little bit, a small grey gear, okay, I think that's the right one, it's the only ones we got, and that's 2. That looks like 2 small gears on the end. So what is this? 8 axles. So that's a 10. That's 6. There's the 8. And it's going to have the 2 grey gears. So we're going to put those on the back first. Well, that was quite easy. And another gear, there it is. So we're going to go back to back. Then they're going to go through the Technic brick. Then that's going to go through, and then we got the grey gear on the end of that, with the teeth kind of facing out. So the back end of the gear is towards the block like that. Then we're going to try it and see if it fits. So believe it's going to fit on that plate there and this grey plate here. So that one there and that one there, and that should, yes, works as steering. There we go. So looks like we got some Hand of God steering even back in 1988. There's some Hand of God steering. We did a forklift not so long ago. That was a 1986 one, and that was Hand of God as well. Right, so we got 1x4s going up the side here, studs facing away from the steering. So we got another 1x4 going off that onto these 2 bricks here. Onto these 2 pins, sorry. Like that. Then we have a lot of... No, we only got 2 1x2s. So there's 1x2 going on there. Then we got a 1x4. No, a 1x2x2 corner plate. I'm going to say there's 1x2x2 corner plate. We've got another corner plate, so we'll pop that on. And we need a 1x2 plate to fill in that gap there. I love that squeak. 1x4 going across behind the gear here. 2 studs away, so we're going to go there. And then we got more corner plates on the back here. And they are going to go there. And there. And then we got them going around the back here as well. There's one. And there's the other. Kind of flattens that surface out now, which is cool. And I think we've got some corner plates here as well. And these are going to go like that. L shapes, basically, aren't they? So you got this kind of top hat. It's got like a top hat. So looks like a kind of mechanic person. Here's his arms. Can make some arms. That's his top hat there. This is his heart. And stage 10. Stage 10 is bringing us some more gear work. 2 grey bricks with holes in. There's one. And there's the other. I don't think I should put that in place just yet because there's some gears to go on there. So let's pop that off for a sec. 6 axle. So we've got 6 axle. That's going to go through here. Got a bushing on the back. You can see that little picture of a bushing with the arrow. So put bushing on the back. And then we've got another grey gear on the front of this. Give it a bit of space so that it doesn't pinch. Back it off just a touch. There we go, perfect. And pop that on there. And that, I think, is too far back. Gonna drop that forward a bit. Yeah, this seems to be not meeting up. As well. Looks like it needs to go up one more. Oh, you know what? I missed the grey plate off here. That's why it's not going up. There's a grey 2x4 going across. And then it's these guys. Give me his top hat back. Now it should be okay. Push that gear back and it should work with... If I can find a gear to spin. Oh, here we go. It should work with that. And it's spinning that gear there as well. Perfect. Nice. It's a bit tight, but it's working. Right, so what we got next is... That looks like 1x2. So 1x2. Is it corner bricks? No. We want 1x2 and 1x2. And it's 2x4. Going across there. Then we've got a 2x4 going across here. So it's going to 2x4 in the middle there. Then we got two 2x4s here. Oh no, actually it's just one, because it's one on top of another. Then we got 2x4. We actually got, what is that, 3 2x4s here? Yeah, because we're using 5. So there's 1, 2, and 3 on the end there. So looking pretty solid build now. Make sure we used all the parts. Yep, looks good. Wow, this looks like a lathe. That's what this is starting to look like. It's starting to look like a lathe. So I push this axle through a touch, because what's going to attach onto the back here is a handle. See that? This handle is going to have a grey pin in it, frictionless, so that it rotates like that, and then that's going to attach on there. Put it on like that, and that should turn the whole thing, and it does. Look at that. Yeah, it's starting to look like a lathe. So we've got, I think they're grey 1x2s. Then we got black 1x1. Then we got grey 1x2. I got to do this twice. Okay. So is that twice on either side? No, it's not, right. Okay. So it's just going to sit on there. So we've got to do that again. We've got a 1x1. And where's my 1x2? There it is. Oop. Straighten it out. And then pop it on the back end like that. That's that. And we've got some more work there, but we've got some inverted grey 2x2s here on the side here, like that. Then we got a 1x4 brick going across. Right, this is part of the gear mechanism by looks things. So we've got 1x4 brick there. It's got a gear behind it. It's got a 3 axle, so we need a 3 axle. We've got a gear and a 3 axle. So the 3 axle has the gear like that. That's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. That's quite loose. If I can change that gear, I don't know. It might be alright. Just a bit loose. Then we've got the same thing with yellow and a 12 axle. We've got the gear. And that one's stiff. That's going to go in there. And that's going to go in there. And that gear is going to fall off. Like that. That's going to go in there. And so we got another 1x4 brick. That's going to go in there. Then we got a big bushing, 2 big bushings by the looks of things actually. Two big bushings. So we're going to pop those on and then we'll space them out later. So 2 big bushings. Then we got another black screw and then a big bushing. And there should be some space at the end, so we need to push these down just a touch, about a bushing's length. Pop that down a bit more, and that should be it right there. And let's put this in its place. Let's see what happens. You know what, that's in the wrong place. Because those two should meet up. Now then, it's supposed to go on that grey plate there, that yellow plate there, that yellow plate there. Ooh, look at that, it looks like it works. Wow. Excellent, it works. And then we got, let's double check, make sure we got all the pieces used. Yeah, looks good. Next stage is, let's put the 1x4 brick here just to support this axle. Put that in its place. Yeah, I've got to move these down just a little bit more. Come on. And then that will go in there. Now then, make sure that we've still got some movement. Perfect. And we've got a plate going over the top of this. A 2x4 plate is going to go across the top of that. We got a 1x4 plate going on top of that. And then we got 1x4s going across here. Another 1x4. And then we got 1x2 going across here. So it's a 1x2. Kind of building that framework up. Looks like we've got 2 more of those corner plates or L plates going on here as well. So we'll pop those on top. I think that's like to simulate the engine or something. Make sure everything's moving. Yep. Awesome sauce. That pin's in. Yep, all the parts are used. Moving on. A bit more panel work. So we've got plate special with three fingers. And then we got plate special with 2 fingers. So that's going to go in there like so, and then they form a hinge. We want 2 of those. There we go. So we've got 2 of those, and we got a 4x4 and what looks like a 2x3. Lay it out. That's interesting. It doesn't look like a 2x3 anymore. Oh no, now it does. Okay. So it looks even on that side. Oh, we're doing 2 of them. Oh, okay. Okay. So that one there, that one there, that one there, and that should. It didn't. There we go. That should bend. So we're doing 2 of those, right? 1 on one side, 1 on the other. And where's this going to go? It's going to go there, I think. And then we got a, what is that? 1x6 going across there. A 1x6. We got 1x6 with claws. Maybe it's not a 1x6. So then we got a 1x3 going across here as well. Just to finish that off. So let's do the other side. So 4, 2x3. And this time it's going to go that way. We want the old hinges. There it is. Oh, we actually got 2 fingers there. They're all 2 fingers. That's not right. We want some 3 fingers. There's 3 finger. Right. 1. That's 2 finger. That's 3 finger. Yeah. Perfect. I didn't move them up far enough. There we go. And that's going to sit on top of that. And then we've got, yeah, it looks like a 1x6 plate. Oh yeah, we have got some 1x6. There we go. 1x6. And 1x6. Going across there. Anything going across here? No. We got a black 1x2 there. Then we've got a 2x4 sloped brick, usually used for roofs, roof parts in the old activity sets and stuff. Yeah, turn that down because that's going to be the mud guards. We're doing the same trick with the 12. Another one of these gears with claws. And now then, is there a bushing? I think there's a bushing in front of that. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 1. Yeah, so that's 2, 4, 6, 7. That's 7. It's interesting. Unless this gear is just going to sit, because it can sit on its own, and that bushing is going to act as a spacer. That's quite tough. Alright, so it's about 3/4 down, and that's going to go across here. Okay, so we've got these pieces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 whole bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we've got 1x3 plates. 1x3 plates, 3 studs up, leaving 2 studs. Then we've got 1x2 sloped, and then a 1x1 brick, and we're doing 2 of those. So we want another 1x3 plates, 1x3 plate, 2 studs at top, 3 at the bottom, sloped, and the brick. And that's going to fit on that pin there, and that axle there. That kind of tells me now where this is going to go. It's going to go in that hole there, and it's going to be there, and that is going to touch that screw there. That's the whole idea of it. Now those claws are the right way. Okay, so I want the other side of this. Put that on there, that on there, move that, and then I'm guessing we're going to put a bushing behind this, or it's just going to stay like that. Does this turn it? No. This turn it? Yes. Okay, cool. That's working. And so then we've got another 12, the last 12. We've got 2 bushings. Looks like halfway. And these are going to join each other like that. And then we've got a large bushing going underneath, but we've got a 2x4 plate with the hole in it. Then we've got a large bushing. And then we've got the small bushing with claws facing down. About that. And then a small grey gear, flat grey gear. Where is it? There it is. Now is it facing? It looks like it's facing so the teeth are down like that. And then that's going to go but it's not. Right, it's just all got to go down to the bottom by the looks of things. How far down? Let's move all that to the end. So it's got to connect with that gear down the bottom there. So these need to go down a little bit more. Okay. Do they all have to go all the way down? Is that what you're saying? Like that? So it's like that. And then these are going to lock it in place. Don't break it. Okay, so yeah, this is the hand of God part. How it looks things. So okay, so that needs to come up a touch. If I can go get this off that way. Very handy tool, this. Very handy. So I need to put this up. Like that. Down just a touch, just to give it that. There we go. Space. Now then. It should work, and we should have no slack. Okay, so we've got some skipping. because it's too tight. Seems to be working now. I'll go with that. Drop that one down. Cool. Then we've got a 4-axle. Those are not 4 axles. Those are 6. We use a 6. I believe it says that it was originally a 6. And we are going to do the same thing with another gear. I'll put the gear the right way. And that's going to go into this one here. So then we're going to get the, what is that? That's a 2x8. 2x8 brick. 3 holes down. That's going to go in there. Then we got 2 bushings with claws. Claws facing up so they don't grip the plate. And then claws facing down just to extend the bushing. Look nice and tidy. It's got some room. Now then, let's see if we got the depth right. Get this the right way. So it looks like we've got some grey plates going around here as well. So let's put those on. Like that. Then that's going to fit in there. Here's the 3rd hole. Yeah. It's supposed to fit in there. So, oh, you know what? No. I believe it. I got that going across the wrong way, huh? It's got to go like that. Alright, so now it's a lot lower. So that has to come up. Yeah. Like that. Let's make sure that's going to actually make contact. It is not. Oh. It's kind of there. I think it's there too much. Needs to come up a bit more. There we go. Try that. Now then. Oh, yes. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. See if I can push that down with the old tool. Oh, yeah. Right. good for the old kits as well. Right, so now we can get this part in, and because it is going to sit in place in the right place now, like that. Now, is it going to make contact with anything? It does. Look at that. It's turning this piece here. Perfect. Right, excellent. That was luck. Yeah. Make sure I've got all the pieces used. Yeah, looks like it. So, and we are finishing off this with a 2x2 and 1x2 black and a 1x2 black. That's going to go on top of there. And then we got this part here. So we've got the longest beams I'm going to gather. These guys here. 6 stud brick with grey pins. So it's supposed to move. That's going to go in there. And then we've got old-fashioned periscope or telescope thing with a 2-axle black. Usually you see them in red in some of the sets we've been building. And then a half arm there. So these are kind of cool. You can lock them in place. They got those teeth just like the bushings, and they will lock in at angles. See that? They lock in at angles. So it's a bit like the newer Technic angle connectors that you get, but these are, you could set them to any angle you want, which is really, really good. It's actually better than the newer Technic things. In my opinion, these are much more useful. Hole facing up and hole facing up, and then this is going to go onto this pin here, shallow end at the bottom, and that one is going to go we got what, 1 2 3 4 studs, so 1 2 3 4. I'm guessing it's going to go in there, and then this piece is going to fit on that axle there like that, so it's going to be the actuator. So same again on the other side. So we got the 6, we got the grey pins, 1, and I need another grey pin. I got a few black pins, but a grey pin. A grey pin. Did I use? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, did I use a grey pin in the wrong place? It's not unusual that if I did. Right. So we got the arm, the periscope, the 2 axle. That's going to go on there. That's going to go there. So that on there. That's going to be 1 2 3 4. So it's that hole. Got to kind of line them both up at the same time. There we go. Perfect. Looks like we got some. We got some more sloped pieces going on here as well. Another 2x4 sloped. Okay. What else we got going on that I'm missing? So we've done the bricks, done the plate, done the 2 plates, done 2 axles, 4 pins. Nope, that's everything. Next stage is some Technic bars going across here. We've got this piece going across here as well. So we'll do that first. So that's 2x4 with 1x2 angle bricks, and that's going to drop in there. Do not come off arms because you need lining up. So that's going to go in there. We got bushings going on here. Then they can fall off as much as they like, because they won't. So we've got to get these bushings on there, and then they will just no, they can't come off. Cool. What else we got here? We got some bushings going on here as well. Is that right? Looks like it. Yep, looks like it. Yeah. Just gotta keep that axle in place. All right, cool. And bushing there. Perfect. Now that the whole mechanism. Make sure you got enough slack though. There's something catching here because I've got it too tight, I think. Or not tight enough and it's slack. That's why. Let's get that there. Yes, so it seems to be. Yeah, seems. I'm happy with that. I'll go with that. Right, so we got these bars going across here. We got some black pins going in the bars, and it's going to be these because it's the only ones we got. So pins in there, and that's going to go all the way across here to here. So we'll do the other side. So across the back to there, like that. And that is almost it. We got these two grey pins here. Was this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes up? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's on the 5th hole that it's going. Yes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Pin drop. Yeah. Grey pins with axles. Like that. So they're going to move, but they're going to hold something in place, obviously. Bushings used, brat pins used. Yep, that's cool. Okay, so we got these short plates here with, again, teeth on the bottom of them. And the studs are going to face out. It's a 10 axle. And we got 2 large bushings going in the middle. That's really, really loose. I know. I like how loose that is. There we go. That's better. So I'm going to put those in the middle like so at the moment, and then I'll space them out evenly. Looks about right. Then these guys are going to go on here. Studs facing out. We're going to do one at a time, I think, because they're just going to flop off, aren't they? And bushing on top of that. Looks like a bushing. Give it a bit of space so that it can move. Do the other side. And a bushing. So they kind of move. Then we got yellow plates. Very similar. Shorter. With the studs facing in. And then large bushing on top of that. Like that. studs facing in. Can't get it on. Here we go. And large bushing on top of that. Slightly off center, so I'm going to just level that out. Almost. I think that will do it. So those that way, that way. Alright, so we've got some plate work to go on the back here. It's 4x4. 4x4 plate on the back. Followed by a 1x4. Then another 2x4 with a hole. Then a 1x4. 1x4. And then looks like a 2x2. No, a 1x2. Sorry, a 2x4. Sorry, 2x4 without a hole. So that's used. That's used. That's used. That's used. That's used. Yep, all of that's good. We got some bushings, so we got to attach this. Got some bushings, so this is going to attach to these blue pins, these grey pins here. Like so, and then we're putting some bushings on the ends of those. Just a second. I saw a piece just like that. So I need that one out. That one goes back on. That's too loose. I'm going to replace that one, I think. 4 studs up. Pin 2, 3, 4. So that one there, like so. And then this one. I see. If I see. Dead off. That's not the. That's not the part that's going on there. Can manipulate that to go around there. Doesn't need bushings, to be honest with you. They're quite tight. And I'll put a bushing on top of this one if I can. There we go. There we go. Cool. So apparently, look at that. It lifts the arm up. Now that's not straight. Why is it not straight? Is it because this not connected yet? There's nothing. But this was lifting the arm up. What's happened? That gear's moved. Where did that gear move? That gear did not move. How on earth did that happen? Because it's got a bushing behind it, right? Yeah, there's a bushing behind it. So what's happened here? That was working. Oh, it is working. There we go. Perfect. That's working. Ooh, hello. It's got some big chunky bits on the end here. Right, so we got a 2x4 plate with hole in it. 1x2 plates going on either side. 1x2 plates. Then we got 1x1 bricks, special bricks or lanterns, because they look like car headlight things. If you would put some clear 1x1 circular plates on there, they kind of look like headlights already there. 1x1 bricks, 1x1 bricks, and then 1x2 bricks. We want 2 of those, so we want 4. So we're going to go up 2 layers. So there's 3 and 4. Then we got a 1x4 going across like that. Then we got 2x2 plate going across there. Then we got a 2x4 plate with hole in it. So we're going to drop this down on an axle somehow. Another 2x4 with a hole in it, and then 2 2x2s. Is it two 2x2s? It is. Where's the other 2x2? There it is. So 2 2x2s on top of that. Then we've got some 1x4 bricks going across with holes in. Okay, like that. 2 black pins, so one on that end, one on that end. And another 2x4 plate going across the top. Just got to answer this. And so that's that. Then that's going to go on the first axle. Push it down solid, and yeah, I don't quite know what that is. Oh, we got some more arm things going on here as well. And so we want that. We want a 6-axle. We want half an arm, and we want a grey pin. Are these short grey pins? No, they're grey pins with an axle. And so grey pin with an axle, and then a bushing on top of that. It's tight. And then that's going to go in there like that. Then this is going to attach to, it's going to attach to this? No, it's going to attach to this. Then that's going to attach to that. Like so. Except for that's the wrong way round. So that's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. There's no bushings to hold those in place now. This is interesting. I was thinking those should have been the bushings, the small bushings, because they've got the teeth that would hold it in place, but then it would also stop it from rocking. So no, maybe not. So 6-axle, do the other side. Arm, plate, pin with axle. Do you know what? I might have put that. No, I didn't. I don't think so. Yeah, because that would never work then. Right. Pin with axle. I want that one that way. And the bushing with the teeth facing out, oddly enough. Right, and that's going to go on there. So this is going to meet up with those. And I got that the wrong way around again. So those are going to meet up with those teeth there. I'll try and get them to meet up. Ah, there we go. Just give it a slight rock. And then guessing we're putting some bushings on after that. So that's done, that's done, that's done. And are we putting bushings on top? We've got big bushings going on the end here, so we put those on. Like that. Okay. Have I got this set wrong? Because that's straight. Those are supposed to be up, so these are supposed to be... Yeah, I think I got that set wrong, so let's pop those off. Pop those off and slightly rotate them. I think when that's level, so that one's out of sync. And I don't know why. It wasn't, and then it was, and then it's not, and then it was. Try and bring them level. Okay. And then these are supposed to stand upright. They go lock in like that. I think they might. It's not even working now. Why is it working? And that looks like it's set right, but there's a lot of... There's a lot of slack here. Yeah, there's nothing holding these. Why are they slipping? Is it this? And we'll find out a little bit later. Alright, so we got a wheel going on here, okay, with a handle, grey pin, put that on there, and that should do. Oh, okay. Oh, that's pitching the arms, right? Okay. And this is lowering razor, right? Okay, okay, gotcha. Yeah, it looks like these got bushings going on top. That's. Is that why it's not holding? I think these bushings in the middle should not be there. So you got the grey. It does look like a bushing. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Let's see what's going on. And so we're putting bushings on there. We've done that. So, and we're building these walls here. So we got one of these, a 1x4 plate, and Technic brick 1 hole, and then a 1x4 plate, and then that is going to go along on these pins here, like so. Same again. Then make sure I build it right. And tile. Give it a bit of a rock, bit of a wiggle, and it's in. Alright, so we've done those, done those, done those, done those, done those. 3 bushings, there's one going on top here. So pop that on there. And the other 3, the other 2 were for the arms. Okay, so cab next. Okay, right. So we got the fingers again. Longer arms. Okay. And then fingers. So we've got one. Got longer arm. Finger. And finger. And that is going to attach to these bricks here at front. On that. And like that. Then they kind of lean back, and then they go into curl like that. And then we're just going to pop the cab on. That looks too tall. That's because they're not attached to those. They're attached to the other ones. I was going to say, that was too easy. Alright, so they're going to go on these lower ones here, so we need to raise. Put these on the front. Didn't take the other one off, did I? I'm looking for it, and I didn't take it off. I just knocked the other one off. So that's gonna go on there, and that one is gonna go on there. So they're going to go on the front there. Now it's at the right height for the plates. So we got, okay, so we got 1x4s going underneath. Is it 1x4s or 1x3s? I got 1x4s here. So they're going to go underneath. Like that. Then there's 1x2s on top. Yep. Then that's going to kind of be level with that. Then we're going to put the 4x6, I think it's 4x6 going across here. So it gives us a nice solid cab. Looks quite good actually, I'll be honest with you. It looks pretty good. For 1988, I'd be chuffed with it. Then we got these axles going through here. 6 axle and 10 axle, that's perfect. Large bushing on one. Small bushing on the other. So it's saying that it's getting ready, but don't put them in by the looks of things. So the beacon, okay, so we got the beacon, 2x2 circular, 2x2 circular tile. That's going to go on top. That's your hand of God steering. Very cool. And then we'll put the wheels together. The unglued wheels. Oh dear. Maybe they weren't supposed to be. Maybe they were glued, like by factory or something. Oh dear. There we go. There we go. But put them on, the tire's gonna pop off. So that's one. Come on, one wheel. Yep. And 2. So that's the rear wheels. Then we get the fronts on these axles here. Yeah, I push the hub off. And there. Yay! Cool. Alright. Nice. So you just attach the bucket and it's done. So we got this. Now this is going to be easier said than done. The 10's going through that one there. The 6 is going through these guys here. So it's quite easy that we got this. This is going to be got a less gap there. You got a smaller gap there than what you got a gap here. So that's where your 10s, that's where your 6s is going. So 6 is going to go through like that. But it's going to go through a plate as well. So really, I don't think a 6 is going to cut it. Is it supposed to be an 8? It's a 6. Oh, I see. That's going on the inside. Right, okay. So, right. It's going on the inside. And there. Come on. Inside of the bucket, please. The inside as well. Okay, so these are not spaced out correctly, so these need to come in now. We got them spaced out. What's happened here? Why have I lost power? Now you could actually probably get bushings on the end of those. Come on. Probably get bushings on the ends of these. Now that these are moved in, and move that bushing in. Then that arm, that bushing, just enough to get bushing on there. Right, perfect. Right, space that back, that back. Yay! All right, last bushing on here. So I'll pinch those a little bit more just to give it a bit more stability. And then the last one is bottom one, straight through, and boom. Okay, so we got some pieces left over here. Not sure why we got some pieces left over. And that is it. So let's have a quick look and see what we got here. So we got awesome work with the plate and the hinges and stuff like that. So it forms the curve for, or the shape for the mud guard or wheel arch, which is really cool. We got some L plate work and 1x1 and 2x2 work plates down here just to form that, like I want to say vent for your engine, so a bit like your exhaust vent or something like that. Which we've got the back wheel controlling something here somewhere, which should be picking it up, I would have thought. No, it's dropping it, isn't it? Okay, so it's skipping somewhere. And I think I know why. These bushings need pushing in so that teeth meets. I'll try not to push the other axle through. There we go. Right, now we might not skip. Yeah, fixed it. Right. So we got the handle at the back there that's controlling the lift. And you can see the bucket. I don't think you can actually see it sideways, but you see the bucket actually kind of tilts as it goes up and as it goes down. So when it goes up, it's kind of tilting forward a little bit. That's kind of cool. And then you got, obviously you got this where you can tilt it more and then tip. Yeah, look at that. See, the bucket is fully tipped out, and if I lower it, the bucket kind of levels off. Ready to scoop up. Tip it back because you don't want to spill it, and then raise it up, and it should. How cool is this? How cool is that? 23 pounds? 23 pounds. I'm going to say this is 100% worth 23 pounds back in 1988. I would have loved this. It's just so cool. A little bit tricky to put together at first, but after a while, for understanding the whole teeth with bushings with the teeth kind of thing, and the importance of that. Didn't have too much trouble with the steering or the gears in the inside, which was okay because that's kind of a tricky place to reach because it was all built inside, and I like the whole hydraulic kind of action here, the whole piston. That is so cool. Anyway, if you agree, right, don't matter. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Don't be shy. Leave us a comment. Leave us a comment why you didn't like it. Let me know. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Am I doing anything right? Too many questions. Yeah. Hit that like. Hit that dislike. Hit that subscribe if you like. I'm Shaun from BRIT'N. Peace.